Just be
my uncle.
Be fucking faithful.
My uncle.
Is there anything wrong with that?
My uncle. My uncle never cheated.
Like,
he has 10 kids with 5 different women, and he never cheated. You know why he never cheated? Because they all knew about each other.
The mics are blood clot open. Check, check, check.
Select accent for the podcast.
Calvin always late.
This is episode 101 of The Mics Are Open. My name's G Money.
Andy Young.
And Big C.
All right. Now, first of all, welcome to the podcast. Thank you everyone who watched last week's episode, one of our most successful episodes. And more importantly, we're just happy to be here. We have survived.
You can say that again, bro.
It's been a week of survival.
Say that again.
But we're here. We're there.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm easy. It's been a challenging week, but I'm good. And I'm glad to be alive. And it's never too early or too late to give thanks.
Glad that you're alive. Were there some death threats or something?
No, but you never know the energy, man. First of all, let's talk about Twitter real quick. I have never seen Twitter more vitriolic than I have over the past weekend. Obviously, everyone knows what happened, but we're not getting into that. But it's like, fam, do we hate each other? Like, it was almost a gender war on Twitter over the weekend.
That was the worst gender war I have seen on social media. Period.
It was crazy, but
Period.
Is it just gender wars, or basically there's just energy on Twitter that comes out whenever something happens? You get? Like, there's always something. Are we just...
Fam, you know what I just like when I meet people and I say to them like, oh, I've been kind of busy handling some stuff, and they're like, why? What happened? I'm like, you guys live your life without social media. Shout out to everyone who lives their life without social media.
Yeah, I see people taking social media breaks, man. That shit is important.
Necessary,
very,
man.
very important. All right, what do you guys want to...
Yo, speaking of social media, there's a tweet I saw. What's your best line to end an argument?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm having an argument with someone
And you want to end it.
I want to end it. I'm like, okay. That's it.
Oh, that's psycho.
That's it.
That's
like,
psycho,
okay,
bro.
cool. No, it's like just using surrender as a tactic. You know, sometimes like you're in a discussion with people,
Yeah.
and it's like going on, no, and they're trying to, and you're like, okay, cool, I get it, and
Simple.
that's it.
I'm with you on
Argument
that.
done.
I'm with you on that. I do the same thing. If I'm in an argument and I'm like, there's no way I'm going with this, none is gonna benefit.
Right.
I'll be like, you know what? It's all good.
Yeah, because I find sometimes that like there's nothing worse than arguing with somebody or having a discussion with somebody, and they've made the point, and you agree with them, and they're still going on. So I just cut that in the bud. Okay, cool, I get it, and that's me. I'm done.
And people are allowed to be passionate.
People are allowed to be passionate, but and persistent. But there's a point now when you've made your point and we're all good. Why are we still going on and on and on and on and on and on and on?
Because they need to get all of this out.
That sounds like a you problem.
People be out here saying, okay, what? Share your location. And I hope it's not your mom's house.
Bro,
The ID.
by the way, do you know what something that's actually a thing? Corporate passive aggressiveness in
my
emails.
God, that shit.
Yo.
You want to go there?
Bro, I think I might go for counseling for that shit. Oh my
Fam,
God.
emails can be so passive.
Sheesh.
Just the way you
Like,
sign off.
yeah.
And it, like someone can say, like as in, you're not making this clear, or someone can say something along the lines of, please help me understand your thinking on this.
Yo, let me tell you, there's actually people who have you seen people go on Twitter and ask, how can I say fuck off to someone in the best of ways, via email, and so super professionally.
Fam, let me tell you,
People are creative,
you have people who be like putting in like what 181, and they simply told you fuck you, which is 2 words.
Fam, let me tell you, if I respond to an email, noted.
Hey,
It just means I don't got time for your bullshit today. Like, noted.
People be, as per our previous conversation,
Yeah.
kindly note that I have said this. Woo,
I have attached the email. I have
Yo.
reattached the email.
reattach. Yo, first and foremost, reattach the email, and then they proceed to like CC other people who are probably not in that conversation, and then BCC probably HR or some shit. Fuck.
Oh man.
But
My God.
what I've come to learn is emails, it's okay, it's a double-edged sword. For example, moving from an environment where maybe it's vibes and inshallah to an environment where there is structure,
Yeah.
you'd be able to tell the differences when, say, your superior comes and asks you to do something, and maybe this is their job.
Right.
But them being asked to do this, they're like, you know what, somebody else can do this job. And they'll just come and tell you verbally, hey, you know, just get this and this
Handle
done.
this one, yeah.
As
Yo.
opposed to send me an email.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
CC so and so.
Yeah.
So that we know, go on.
But on that corporate tip, man, capture everything on email, fam. Every goddamn
receipts.
thing. Yeah.
That's what they are.
You want to go to war with your artillery. Yeah.
I feel you, man. I mean, and also at the end of the day, like I think that also when it comes to email, like you said, you're just covering your back in the offices and stuff because boy, things can get very, very, very vicious out there.
Yeah.
All right. Now, on the show today, we're going to answer as many of your inboxes as we can because we received quite a few inboxes from guys. And usually we just take one of the inboxes. But this week, we're going to take as many as we can. And the first one goes to Andy. And it says, yo, Andy, wagwan. Hope umepoa fiti.
Umekua.
No, he said umepoa.
That's what he wrote, yeah?
Man said umepoa.
Because I have a question.
Uko sawa? You're good.
Sawa. I have a question. What's the one thing you can say you learned from that time you lost out on a big job, on a big job with money that earned you the name Honest Andy? Or what would you have done different to get the bag at the time? I don't think you've ever told us. You told us about that story. You mentioned it, but you never told us about it. How did you lose out money for being honest?
I think you're in a better place to tell this story.
I am? Am I?
You don't remember when I was new on the show?
Uh-huh.
And then I was a DJ, yeah?
Okay.
I was a DJ.
You still are?
I'm a DJ, yeah.
Yeah.
But as I was joining the show, I was only a DJ.
Okay.
A former campus radio host.
Okay.
Photographer and videographer. Radio was not on my...
It wasn't?
No. Like... This is when I started earning my stripes.
Okay.
When I joined Homeboys Radio.
Okay.
From campus to national radio.
Right.
So I remember this one time, my former manager asks me, hey, yo, you know... No, actually, this idea came from you. Because you had wanted to know what the crowd was like where I used to DJ.
Okay.
Close
Oh, that
to
Thursday night.
USIU.
Okay, I get that. Yeah.
Yes. So now I pitched this to my former manager, and he was like, you know what? Jimani playing at this club one, say Thursday night or Friday night, wouldn't be bad. Are you sure you want me to go on with the details
So
of this
what
story?
I don't remember, so go on.
Okay, so now, of course, your rate card is different from my rate card.
Okay.
So this was the deal. You told me, we get this gig, the money is all mine.
Okay.
So the mistake I made was,
Right.
I mentioned this to my manager.
Oh, I get it. I remember now.
But I made sure that it's only him who understands Wagwan.
Yeah.
Because either way, he'd have known. He's my manager.
Right,
He'd
right,
have
right,
known.
right, right.
Yeah. So I thought, you know what? Let me just tell this guy and make sure that nobody else will know.
Right.
And now the mistake he made was when he reached out to you to secure you for the gig.
Right.
He brought up that conversation.
Right.
So
Right.
you felt, say, disrespected, maybe some boundaries were crossed. And you're like, you know what? I'm not even doing this gig anymore.
Wow.
Damn, I lost a lot of money. I lost a lot of money. Is there anything that I've done differently?
You would have just chilled and not said anything.
Yes.
No, but the thing about it is, if I remember correctly, I said I'll do the gig, but you take the money, right?
Yes.
So, why did you go and tell these guys?
It was just one guy I told, and
what
I
did you
made
tell him
sure.
for?
Because he's the one who was still gonna pay either way. That's the mistake I made.
Would you do the same thing now?
No.
Good, you've learned.
Yeah.
We answer that
Now
question.
let me ask you now. Say you are my manager and I'm talent.
Right.
Let me put you in the shoes of my former manager.
Okay.
I get a gig or I get some big DJ to come play. And the agreement between me and the DJ is he plays, I get the money.
Right.
and I don't tell you Wagwan.
Yeah, but you have to. There's not wrong. Like my thing is this, yeah. The blessing that DJ is giving you is your blessing. It's not you and your manager's blessing. So you see, the thing about it is what it is. Sometimes when people are doing things for you, they're doing things for you, right?
Straight
They're
up.
not doing for you and your manager. But the time your manager calls me and he's like, "Yeah, because you're gonna play for free," I'm like,
Wait, he said what?
Like,
that's-
literally, because you're gonna play for. I'm like, excuse me. Well, you know what I'm saying? You, get what
You
I'm
know
saying?
yourself.
And you know what? There's a wider there's a wider thing that we should talk about at this point. Sometimes when people bless you or give you something or do something for you, you can't be quick to run and share that blessing or that favor, because that favor is not the favor for everyone. It's the favor for you. You get me? So for example, it's like, let's say that I mean, it's not true, but let's say I could get you cheap advertising at the radio station, yeah? And let's say I say to Andy, you know what, you got your gig, instead of you paying this amount of money, I'm gonna charge you this amount of money, yeah? Fam, that's your blessing. That ain't the blessing of the guys who are doing the event or the club owner. That's your blessing, you get me?
Yeah.
Even though right now we'll take any money because things are kind of thick.
Yo.
So as my manager, you would understand. If I had told you.
How would I know?
See, of course, you'll find out later on.
How?
Oh, the man, bro, you're in my life. You're part of who I am, bro.
But I'm
you're
not-
gonna see
yeah.
how I'm moving.
Yeah, but I'm never gonna turn around. I'm not gonna say anything. And if you don't say anything, there's only two people who know. That's logic, right?
I'm just here to ask, do DJs still undercut each other?
I don't know.
Mad.
I'm a radio presenter. I have no idea.
Mad.
They
like
do?
crazy. Bro, it's not just DJs. This is everywhere. Everywhere. People undercut one another.
Yeah, but you know,
it happens everywhere.
I kind of think though, if I had like let's say if I had a video production business, and we were like new, I'd cut everybody.
No,
Really?
but that always happens. That always happens. Guys go into a certain industry, boom.
Undercut.
That's that 99 shilling. Yeah.
Get up in the game, man.
Exactly.
For real. Especially
Yo.
in this day and age.
What questions? What questions?
I got so many questions today. This is another question. This comes from Larry, who says, "Hey, glad to see ODBG Money is back strong and healthy. Thank you very much. I appreciate. Calvin and Andy did a good job. Mad props to them. Mandem, I have a question and I really hope you can touch on it someday. What should a 24-year-old guy who's done with college be doing? I'm really finding it hard to differentiate between being a boy and a man."
Where?
Whew.
That's a tough
Bruh,
one.
you know
deep
what?
dive.
I read that question earlier, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I lay in bed earlier and I was like, you know when you're thinking for an answer, and I'm just like this guy's made a very serious thing. He's like, yo,
Well, I think let's start with the last part, right? What's the difference between being a boy and a man?
well, I think in the context of what he said, I think to me, becoming a man is tied into responsibility, I guess, and looking after yourself. And I don't know, because I think to myself, let me give you an example.
Okay.
I left home when I was 19, right? 19 years old, right? And when
Oh, no.
19, and I still had hair. Yeah? I left home when I was 19, right? And I went to live in the UK, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think when I left home, I was ready. I reckon I needed a good another 2-3 years at home. I think that like by the time I got to the UK and I started to like, you know, just figure myself out and figure life out.
Yeah.
I don't think I was like 100% ready. Because like when I got to the UK, I fell into like depression. I was just smoking and drinking like for the whole day. Like literally my aunt and uncle would go to work. I would just draw the curtains, just get some booze, get some weed and just start like
Boom.
just
One time.
So and then like I'd wake up at like 3 o'clock and I know that they're home at 5, open the windows. And
Air out the
That's
space.
fire.
no, and that was my life for a good 4 or 5 months until I snapped out of it and, you know, tried to get a job. And unfortunately enough, I got a job
Unfortunately?
fortunately enough, I got a job like 5-6 months in. So that did not become my lot. Do you get me?
But still, did that make you a man?
I think for me, that was me going through the fire.
Okay, so let me put it this way, right? So here's a guy who's probably he's 24. Say a guy who's 34, right? He puts that same question. Would you refer to him as a boy or a man?
34 is a man, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
No, guys, you. This is the thing.
because I'm
Calvin,
I'm trying to get the definition.
I don't think
Of
what
a man.
a man is.
Yeah. So
You get?
what I wanted to do was ask you at that stage in life, that move, that realization before you got the job and everything, how would you define a man? And what informs you to define a man the way you will define a man at that stage?
at that stage, I think that when I hit, like, when I got a job and I started to spend my own money and started to feel good about myself and I was able to buy nice stuff for myself, I think, and then I think after that you begin to depend less upon the nest. Like I started to depend less upon my family and stuff. And I think that's when I became a man.
Yeah, so let's use an example for like what's the name? Will Smith. The kids, Jaden and Willow. Jaden, at the age of 19, this kid had so much money from all the movies and everything that he'd done,
And the
right?
music.
Right.
He's made money. Was he at 20 a man or a boy?
If he defines himself as a man, then we can say yes, he is a man. Bro, how many times as a kid have you been told you're the man of the house?
Yeah,
And
that-
you want to live up to those expectations? Like,
Yeah,
that's
what does it mean to be the man of the house?
because-
Who are you looking up to? Who is holding it down?
Yes, so I get what you mean, right? But I'm simply trying to understand at what point, because there's kids who are 19, right? They've got money. Because if we go according to what G was saying, at the age of 19, you've been through the whole motion, then boom, you've snapped out of it. You're not eating from the nest. You've got your own, right? You've got
Right.
your own kidogo bread, right? But does that make you a man?
I think that when you
Right.
start to provide for yourself,
Okay, cool. Now let me flip that question. There's this class that guys go for. Remember Bruce and I?
it's
yeah,
called
Man Enough. Intentional. There's all of that
father,
Man
yeah.
Enough
That
thing,
thing
right?
different,
Yeah, all of those things. And you wonder, these guys who are in their 40s and are going for that, are they men?
Yes.
That's the thing, bro. It's an individual thing,
Right.
Until you're able to define yourself as a man and see yourself as a man and express yourself as a man, it doesn't matter if Obama comes here and tells you that you're a man, or if I don't know the highest powers that be come here and tell you that you're a man. Until you see yourself as a man, then that's why you'll find a 14-year-old being more brave and more courageous than even a 30-year-old,
do you
because they see themselves as the man. Like, yo,
Do you
I'm the
consider
guy.
yourself? Do you consider yourself a man?
Yes, but what is my definition of being a man? That's the thing.
Okay, G. Do you consider yourself a man?
100%. Stand on my own too.
Well, according to the African traditional heritage,
What?
we really aren't men.
We aren't.
Yeah.
Why?
We're not married.
So?
We're not considered men, like fully.
Yeah,
That's an age thing.
That's
Yeah.
a different.
It's you get what I'm trying to say is there's so many definitions.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
You get?
different
As
levels.
in, there's
Yes.
a place you could actually go to, and we can actually ask
Yeah.
Grouchy and them. All of us,
Okay.
right? Like all our different ages, and would be looked at as, yeah, whatever.
Well, but somebody on this table has been married.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, Calvin, yeah. What's your counter
You
argument?
wanted to be a man so bad. It's all right. It's cooking.
Wow.
Let me.
But I get you.
Yeah.
But I just think
You've seen that thing, right? Like,
No,
guys,
I know.
Yeah.
I know, but I just think in the context of this, of Larry's question, I can understand where he is in his life. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, end of the day, it's that weird place where you don't quite know what you're supposed to be doing. If you Google that when you're a man,
No. I just googled man. First of all, we need
What's
to lay the
Google's
foundation,
definition?
bro. Yeah. A man is an adult male human.
okay,
Prior to adulthood, a male human is referred to as a boy.
so once you start adulting, you're a man. According to definition.
Okay.
Yes.
What about when women say you're not a man?
It's biased.
That's
because
subjective.
they want that to serve their agenda.
What's the definition of a man?
What's your definition of a man?
No,
Calvin?
no. I'm trying to. This is where the women come in and comment at the bottom.
Gender war? No. This is no. Like I'm
It's
just
opinion.
It's just opinion.
Because I've seen.
But what I'm saying is, we have to help our brother here.
Yeah, Calvin, you have to come
bring
back
it
to
back
this
to
guy.
Larry.
So cool.
Yeah.
Now, let me go on to the next bit. The next bit, he's 24. He's done with uni. He's trying to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are in that period, right?
Right.
A lot of people. I was once in that period where you're trying to see, okay, cool. What do I want to be? Everything's scattered. You've probably done this particular course. There's no jobs in that. There's no internships in all of that. What should you try and do? Learn, get something like a skill, bro. Like say for instance, now, like you two, right? You liked music at that point. You were trying to figure
Still do,
you
apparently.
Yeah?
Still do apparently.
Still do, right? Andy, for you were out there doing what? Photography, DJing, all of those different
All of
kind of
that.
things.
Yeah.
Have they helped you to transition into the person you are?
Yes.
Yes.
You?
Yes.
So you see, for me, what I'd simply tell him is this: there's no like right answer as to what you should do, but there's something you could at least try and do. You get, like, say I chat with guys and they're like, hey, listen, I went and became an accountant for my cousin's family, what at their shop and all of that.
Right.
Fam, that small skill, it goes a long way.
All right.
Yeah. Like, you get
All right,
what I mean?
I think like you said, that like Larry has to find his passion and start moving towards it. So whatever it is that drives you, whatever it is that, because
or even learn.
whatever it is that that you
he
want to
just-
get to.
He just finished college.
Yeah, but you see, Andy, what I'm saying is this, right? You could have gone to college and studied, say, actuarial science. You could go and learn how to take photos.
Okay,
You get,
okay.
you get. As
Sour,
in, it
sour.
will. That's what I'm saying. In this reference, there's no perfect answer.
Then you're contradicting yourself because you're giving him the definition of being a man by accomplishing something by acquiring another skill to make himself feel useful. It's a biased view, bro. You're gonna contradict yourself. This is what I'll say to Larry at the end of the day, bro. The definition of a man is how you define it. What informs you? That's why I keep asking. What informs you when you're growing up to want to be a man? Like, before I achieve this, and this, I'm not a man.
But I don't think that people actually think like that. I think you actually evolve. I think, and I've never said to myself, until I get this, I'm a man. I think it was a case of when I began to have the ability to look after myself and look after the people around me who are important. I began to feel a bit more self-assured. The car came, the other things came. So I'm trying to say, like, I don't think I incrementally
became a man
because you know what I'm trying to say.
I get you.
I
It's
think
not
in a
small
way,
steps.
in a way, I'd answer this from a personal point, right? There's times I look at my peers. You know, people do, right? And I think about guys who I went to uni with, guys I was in primary school, secondary school with, the guys I still talk to. And I'll be like, yo, Teddy got married last year. He's got kids, he's got what. Then I look
got a
at
panda.
myself. Then I look at myself. I'm just trying to learn how to skate.
Right.
You get?
I get it.
And I'll just be like, am I out here pursuing some boy shit instead of being
And let me tell you,
pursuing some manny shit? And then you meet those guys and they're like, oh, I wish I was
like
doing
you.
what you were doing.
fam, let me tell you, here's the thing, comparison
Yeah.
is the thief of joy. Like, if you compare yourself to other people, you're never going to be happy. And I'm so happy that for me, I never, ever had that complex where I was like, oh, I'm going to compare myself to guys I went to school with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think at the end of the day, everyone develops on their own pace, and it's never too late. I've seen people who have struggled from their 20s to their 40s and then blown up in their 40s.
Yeah.
I've seen people who have struggled from their 20s and then blow up in their 30s. I've seen people blow up in their 50s, fam.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to say, so it's never too late. So just keep the faith, be patient, and you'll be fine, Larry.
Yeah.
Right. As we go through, and Larry signed off by saying vibes and inshallah. Then we got another message, and I'm going to keep this. This message is come through anonymously, and it says, "Hey G, hope you're good. In the podcast tomorrow, could you guys talk about your worst fears? What were some of your worst fears then and now, and how did you manage to cope with them, your past fears, and coming to realize that your past fears weren't even something you were supposed to be afraid of? Also, include Andy and Calvin. Also, by the way, did you know Tory Lane's dad is a pastor and stays in Kenya and is married to a Kenyan lady?" Yes, we knew that. All right, cool. Hopes and fears. My biggest fear when I was growing up, actually, I had two. My mom died when I was 5, and I was raised by my grandmother. So my grandmother's, as you get older and you realize that death is a part of life, I really used to be scared, like, oh my God, I don't want my grandmother to pass. And I used to say things like, in my mind to myself, would be like, man, I hope mom lives till I'm 20, because if I'm 20, I can look after everybody and da-da-da-da-da-da. She lived till I was 40, so I got a double blessing. But that was my biggest fear. My other biggest fear has always been and will always be poverty. Because man came from the dirt, innit? So it's like, you come from a place and you're like, yo, listen, I don't want to go back there. You know what I'm trying to say? So I think maybe, and to answer you about how these things, they weren't something that you should be afraid of. I don't think I'm like afraid of those things now per se, but I would say that my drive, especially in my 20s and my 30s, was just based upon not wanting to be a burden to anyone, because I'd seen it in my family where, you know, people hadn't achieved and how it kind of ended up, you know. So those are the things that I was scared of, and those are the things that actually turned around to drive me to do the most that I can.
Andy?
Wow. When I was younger and less wise, I used to be afraid of being a disappointment. I used to be afraid of not living up to the expectations of my parents, my relatives, society, my teachers, my peers, all of that. And I grew up under that pressure. Anything I did, that's the pressure I had. I don't want to let this person down. I don't want to let this group down. I don't want to let myself down. But, and if you've listened to previous episodes of this podcast, we've talked about having to unlearn some things to learn some other things. For example, that made me a perfectionist without even knowing it, you know. And that made me not want to make any mistakes, which is also very toxic.
Right.
Because mistakes are a part of life.
Okay.
So once I learned that, you know what, mistakes usually end up being something even more beautiful than you had thought. You learn more lessons when you make mistakes. If you're not making mistakes, you're not learning. I became more receptive to life and more open to life and what's going on around me. As we speak, what fears do I have? Apart from poverty is a big one. I have to say, poverty is a big one. I'm learning to walk around not being able to achieve my goals or to be the best person that I can be, like to live 110%. I'm afraid of falling short of myself.
Yeah, I think that's
I've lived in constant fear of that. Like, I know maybe my potential is so high that it gives me that pressure to not attain it, and that would crush me. That's a fear.
all right.
Yep.
Calvin.
What are you looking at me with?
See, it's a deep conversation.
For depth.
It's a deep conversation. Do you want to go onto the deep camp? Right. so
Pause.
Calvin, tell us now. What do you fear? Now that you're on the deep camp, this is the let's get deep camp.
Okay. Unwanted pregnancies.
Unwanted pregnancies. You're scared of those?
Yeah.
No, G, don't. No.
Why? At your big age.
Unwanted pregnancies, fam.
Fam,
Anyway, I'm
you
kidding.
you could afford another baby now.
Yeah. But honestly,
You could afford 2.
3.
4. I'll raise you.
But on the real though, growing old.
You're scared of growing old?
Yep.
Wow, that's deep. Talk to me.
Fam. Like in the last, say, 2 weeks, I've spent a lot of time with family, right? And I've spent a lot of time with people who are, you know, in their 80s, 90s, all of that kind of stuff, right? And they talk to you about, you know, what they did and all of that, right? And it hit me that, fam, you actually don't want to be that old
Wow.
and be alone.
Right.
That shit,
Well,
like honestly, bro, you know, you guys have mentioned poverty. Think about it. Poverty, you're old, you're alone.
that's why you have nursing homes. Nurses
You
come,
can't, you,
SpongeBob.
money.
Poverty,
I'm joking.
you,
Without
you
money.
can't afford it. Like,
No,
bro,
I get you.
like for me, honestly,
Like the late Richie Antu said to me once, you know, success with no one to share it with is actually failure.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I know why you're coming from that, because obviously I don't want to go too much into your business, but you lost a couple grandparents this week, like back to back.
yeah. So just, you know, like there's this one grandmother of mine who's she's 88 alive. She's a sister to the grandfather that I just lost, right? And she's all alone. And she was,
But is she alone because her husband died, or
so her husband died.
Right.
Like she, you know, she's good, right? She's got the money and everything, but fam, old and alone.
well, you know,
Yeah, it's not her wanting, of course.
Of course.
But
but she has kids,
man, nah.
no kids. Wow. Okay, well, yeah, that is a bit.
Yeah,
is a bit
that
much.
for me, nah. Like
Put things in
honestly,
perspective,
like
yeah?
honestly, bro, I'm good with a good 60, to be honest.
Are you mad?
What?
Yeah, fam.
Don't say that, Calvin, bro.
Knock on
I
wood,
swear to
bro.
No. Like,
No,
can we
knock
expunge
on
that?
wood, bro.
Wood for mica, anything we can find, MDF.
Nah.
No, Calvin.
For
no,
real.
no.
Like,
Bro, no.
that's-
no.
as in,
that
you guys are coming to me. I actually don't remember who the fuck you lot are.
Yeah, but bro, that doesn't mean it doesn't mean you're going to be senile.
Yeah.
Not everyone gets to be senile.
but some of probability. These are some of the things that happen. You get
Actually, I found some wood. Touch this. No, bro. Nah,
yeah.
fam.
So
Yo, to anyone who's listening.
and also, you know what? Like, just to answer a bit of that question again, right? You know, the one thing that now I find myself thinking about more and more, fucking retirement.
But you should be thinking about that.
Yeah, like, bro, what are you gonna have to take care of you? What's gonna pay the bills? Those are my fears.
Yeah, but those are things that you should think about.
Yeah, like-
and the earlier you think about those things,
Yeah.
the better your retirement will be.
Man, I honestly will tell you this. I spend a significant amount of time thinking about that.
Whoa, the thing about it, you need to stop thinking about it and doing,
Yeah.
you know, our good friends at Prudential, shout out to Prudential,
Good
shout out to APA, they all have some amazing
Packages.
schemes that you should
Yeah.
really get involved in
Money
terms
market,
of,
all of that.
in terms of
Calvin.
like keeping yourself straight.
Let me ask you something, a very honest question. As the only person with a kid, to the best of my knowledge,
Yeah, that is to the best of your knowledge, but go on.
to the best of
I
my
like that.
knowledge,
Yeah.
on this table, in your plans for your future, case in point, the retirement conversation that we just had, is your daughter part of any of those plans?
Also, I'm glad you mentioned that. Go on.
Someone asked me the other day, they were talking to me and they were like, okay, so what's your relationship with your daughter's mom like and all of that? You know, we had that whole conversation and they asked me, so what are your plans for your daughter, fam? I told them straight up, that's my retirement benefit right there.
Do you know,
I am investing in every fucking thing
when I was
in her.
When I was growing up, right, I know like my housey used to call her
Granddaughter,
kids
yeah.
pension.
Pension.
The nickname, like I can't remember, I don't even know what the kid's
Pension
name
1,
was.
pension 2.
She used to, the house used to call her kids pension.
Yeah.
Like that's her pension. But I want to ask you this question, bro. So you just mentioned an age like 60, bro. Fam, you don't want like, look at the impact that would have on your daughter.
And
60
other
is
future
young.
kids.
Like if you have a kid now, another one,
60
and if you are
DJ
60,
Khalid.
60 is 20 something years.
yeah.
Think about it, bro. That's a lot of joy, a lot of
Bro,
fatherhood.
the Bible it says the Bible itself says 3 score and 10. That's 70. And you want to cut it off at 60? You're mad, bro. Me, bro, I want to be like way up there. Like, you know, like my aunt, 96.
Oh, she's still strong.
bopping.
Taking walks
Still
to the market
bopping,
and
still
everything.
walking, still doing her thing.
Yeah, man.
Fam, life is a blessing, bro. I ain't putting no number on it, star.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there you go. Let's go back into some more little things. Actually, we've been kind of deep on the podcast so far. Let's lighten the energy right now. I saw another topic here that I liked that had come through today. And I want to start with you, Andy. The question I'm going to ask you is jealousy, and this is from a tweet, is jealousy a proof of love or a lack of trust? Is jealousy a proof of love? Is proof of love or a lack of trust?
Jealousy is a lack of trust if it's out of control. If it's properly controlled and properly handled, then it's cute.
If it's out of control, it's crazy. But if it's
Yeah, it's very toxic.
right,
Yes.
but if it's controlled, it's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Calvin, is jealousy a sign of what's the question again? Sorry,
Love or
love, or is it just madness?
basically that's what we got from
That's
it.
basically what we got from it. Is jealousy a proof of love or a lack of trust?
Or lack of trust. Whew.
I think that's not a question to answer straight up, right? Because how are you going to love someone and not have an amount of jealousy?
You can if you trust them.
No.
you can.
Trust is but one thing, right? But I've seen some people actually write to what are those guys in newspapers called?
Like columnists or agony aunts,
and
agony uncles.
say, my boyfriend, my girlfriend is not jealous at all. Like zero.
Okay.
Fam.
Okay.
You get?
Are we ready for the realness?
Like that shit's
Are we
strange
ready,
as fuck.
bro?
Are we ready for the realness?
They came here for this.
Ready for the realness?
All right,
You
go
ready?
ahead. Yeah,
Spill.
You best be jealous.
yeah.
You better. Let me see the camera. You better be jealous.
I
How
beg
the
to
fuck
differ.
are you going to
Jealous.
say?
I beg
No,
to
it's
differ.
not.
Let me tell you.
You can't. You can't. You
Listen.
have to be.
It's not my problem that you're jealous,
Yeah.
but you best be it.
Yeah.
Why?
Fam,
But
Why?
Listen.
No, you have to go
I
both
want that
sides of
kind
the
of
coin.
Puerto Rican love. I want that Puerto
Knife
Rican
and-
love. Leave it
knife and
nice.
shit, yeah.
That's gonna call the numbers in your phone to check one.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're
Yo,
gonna be
niggas
kept
is
in line.
toxic.
No, it's not toxic, bro.
Kept
As
in
in, yo, fam, listen, you're dating a chick who don't even
Niggas
fucking
ain't
get
kept in
pissed off
line.
at you.
Bro.
3 calls you ain't picked up.
Wait. Good point, right?
Niggas is
Actually,
Here's the
protecting.
thing. No, listen.
Guys, remember the table.
Wait. All right. Listen, right? You're chilling with your significant other.
Yeah.
Your phone rings. You do this, and I'm going to do it graphically. I'm going to get up, walk out into another room. I've walked into another room.
Hey,
off camera.
he's walked into another room.
I'm having a very
Deep conversation.
conversation.
Yeah.
I come back.
I'd say, hey,
I'm
babes.
off my phone. Then I sit down. We continue watching TV.
Phone upside down.
Yes. Ask
No.
me. I want to know
Who is
who's
that
calling
calling us?
at 9 o'clock.
Us, not me. Bro,
Fam,
the fuck?
you best be jealous.
Are you guys
You know
okay?
what? You know what? If you're not jealous, I'm gonna feel.
Is this that shit that you guys are doing at you Vibes and Inshallah? Vibes and Inshallah, my ass. I want to know who that nigga is.
What did Vibes
Fam,
and Inshallah
but can you
do, bro?
imagine? No, imagine you're in a relationship, right? And you come home after whatever, like you've not made.
12 o'clock.
You've not gotten a visa to be out with the lads, and you just walk in, and there's no hint of where have you been.
Yeah. Like, hey, listen, I'm going out with the boys. She needs to know where I'm at. It's just not. Where
Are you mad?
Bro,
Like, jealous me.
bro, like when you even go to the embassy, they ask you, cool, you want a visa. Where you going? Where you going to stay? They want to fucking know. Same shit applies.
What about you, and you disagree?
Vibes and Inshallah, I see you.
First of all, let's ask Google the meaning of jealousy
Christ,
because You guys are going on a rant and then
Google
maybe
was
you've missed
fed by
the
a
whole
human,
point.
bruh.
Jealous?
Like,
Alright, Google-
don't you have feelings?
No,
Andy?
before I
don't
tell
feel
you
jealous?
guys, or go on.
And this chicken
Jealousy
said, I'm
generally-
going out
wait.
with Calvin.
Jealousy generally refers to the thoughts or feelings of insecurity, fear, and concern over a relative lack of possessions or safety. Jealousy can consist of one or more emotions such as anger, resentment, inadequacy, helplessness, or disgust. I want all of it.
Do you see the problem now?
Bring it.
Do you see the problem?
Bring your lack of stability. Bring it.
The reason why I say, okay, I'm not a jealous guy. Generally,
Are you an insecure guy?
I'm not an insecure guy, because if I get into a relationship with you,
Let's
I
do this
trust you.
practically.
I trust you. Okay.
Trust is relative, guys.
Let's do this practically.
Then why get into a
No,
relationship?
no,
if
no,
you can't
Andy. Are
trust
you,
no one?
Andy? One of the chicks you're with right now.
What?
Yeah. No. We want to prove. We said 100%. We're going to be real on this podcast.
Yeah.
Let me go have a picnic with her. Let's have a picnic. Like, I'm just going to go vibe with her and everything. You want to tell me you won't call her and ask her, hey, what's up? Like, curfew's at 8 o'clock.
It's
No.
It's 7:59.
They
Yeah.
call me and ask me what's up. Why are you linking me up with Calvin?
No, it's not about get
But
the term
you.
linking.
I get you.
Like,
what do you mean by one of my girls? What do you mean by
Because you
that?
have 5, like, so just one of them. But then if he has 5, it don't matter if he's got 4 left in it.
Calvin, I need you to be very specific.
no,
with
what I'm
example.
trying to say is this, Andy. I'm trying to get to that nerve. You want to tell me there's no element of jealousy?
No. Hold on.
As in, like,
I see where Andy's coming from. Because jealousy can be a bad thing. Like if I'm jealous of somebody, it means that I'm almost like grudgeful of them. So that's the wrong thing. I think
No.
that's the angle you're coming from. But I think the angle that we're coming from is I've actually
Khalaf
you know what?
thing.
Even in that tweet,
well, he wasn't
I think
specific.
jealousy is actually in the wrong context. I think what the person in that tweet meant is probably more like indifference. Like jealousy is a negative emotion, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a negative emotion.
No.
Yeah.
But
No.
I think
Guys, there's elements of jealousy. Not all jealousy is actually bad. You get, like,
True.
there could be a good amount of jealousy where you're like, snap the fuck out of it.
For
bro.
example, you're dating a babe, yeah?
Yeah.
And say lately she's been spending a lot more time with her best friend, her female best friend.
You could
so you
be-
can go like, hey, yo, man, see, maybe one Saturday night, maybe me and you. Because
Daytime,
you've been
Andy.
spending a lot of time with... No, it's just an example. It's just
No,
an
no, no,
example.
that's a good example.
You get-
It's a good
You've been
example.
spending a lot of time with your best friend.
That's
Yeah.
a good
I
example.
miss you, you know. I'm kind of jealous that she spends more time with you right now.
That's
See?
not
Now
bad.
can be- exactly. But now
that's-
jealous,
but that-
like
no,
you're not.
but wait.
there's no, I don't want her around.
No.
That's jealous. That's crazy now.
Okay, no. Two things can be right at the same time.
Yes.
I agree with that jealousy of saying I want you to spend more time with me, so allow that bitch for this weekend and come hang out, right? I get that kind of jealousy, but I also understand the jealousy of like, no, don't hang out with her as well. Like I think that it's a healthy mix of both.
What?
Because I think at the end of the day, at some point, it's like if you don't jealous me and I'm taking the piss, you don't care.
Then why are you taking the piss? What are we kids?
Because we're men and we take the piss.
No, say you, nigga. I don't take the piss. Why? I love peace, bro.
Listen.
And by peace I mean PEACE.
Andy,
Why?
you may not have taken the piss in any of your relationships thus far, but as day follows night and night follows day, a time is gonna come when you take the piss.
Are you seeing the prayers that my friends make for me?
No, fam. Andy,
just being real,
Andy,
bro.
it's 100, bro. This is how it is.
Why can't two things exist at the same time, Z?
Fam, listen.
You said it. You said it.
you know-
why
you know
can't these
what
two
we should
things
do?
exist at the same
Wait,
time? Z?
I wish this podcast
why
was
can't
like
I just
Men
live
in
like that
Black
without being jealous?
or some shit.
Listen,
and it works
you know how
out
you
well.
can, or Back to the Future.
this leads me into something. Who put this in the group?
Me.
What's this? The moment of meditation or some shit?
So,
That's another podcast,
So
by the way.
wait. You don't want me to go into this?
No, go. Let's, bro. I put it in the group, bro.
Andy put
In
this
the
into
notes.
the group, right? And it says, you will often want more than one woman. Any man with with a masculine sexual essence will desire sexual variety. Even if he loves his intimate partner and is completely committed to her, he will naturally want sexual occasions with other women besides his chosen intimate partner. How a man deals with his desire for other women is up to him. He should know, however, that there is no way to avoid such desires. He should also know that acting on such desires, though temporarily enlivening and exhilarating, often end up complicating his life far more than the occasion itself was worth. Right. That's nice. That's fine. Headline in big capitals, you will often want more than one woman. So the point I'm trying to make to you is this.
Like G's handwriting. Sorry. You were saying.
Leave my handwriting alone, bro.
Allow it.
Like, allow my handwriting. So the point I'm trying to, the point I'm making is this, yeah? Let's just be honest. Because I think that sometimes with this podcast, there's a level of dishonesty.
Yeah.
Listen.
High five. High five.
No.
We're old.
No.
High five.
What?
Just an emoji, fam. The high five.
Bloody cock on your chest,
but yeah,
bro.
But what I'm trying to say, is, Andy, you can't sit there and tell me, right, that you are bulletproof and you're gonna get into a relationship and you're never gonna falter. You can't say that.
No.
Because it's according to this, whether you like that, you may not act on it 9 times out of 10, but there's gonna be that one time.
But you know
when you
what?
slip.
But you know what,
And do what?
G? We also need
we
to.
moved from
no.
jealousy?
I'm also
And create an environment where your partner's
I
jealous.
didn't get the
G,
memo.
I also don't like the fact that on this here podcast we have actually made it like the 11th commandment that at one point you will cheat. I
But it's a
actually
fact.
disagree.
No.
I actually disagree.
It's your
I hate
fact,
that
bro.
we've curated that mentality.
That's your reality, bro.
I hate that.
That's your
Why can't we
reality.
be men
Wait,
enough
stop,
and
stop,
actually tell
stop.
women that, please, men, just
Fam,
be fucking
my uncle,
faithful.
my uncle,
Is there anything wrong with that?
my uncle,
Calvin, you-
my uncle never cheated.
Like,
He has 10 kids with 5 different women, and he never cheated. You know why he never cheated? Because they all knew about each other.
bro, that's
And this is
a
what I'm trying to-
terrible example. That's a terrible example.
This is what I'm saying to you. No, they knew about each other. They didn't like each other. And those
Listen.
kids had to play together like they were fucking a battalion. What I'm saying to you is, all right, no, listen.
but I'm feeling so bad.
How did
Stop.
you even get to this
Stop.
conversation?
Wait. Austin, have you ever cheated? Right, cool. Grouchy, have you ever cheated? No. This nigga. Sorry. Okay, Grouchy says no.
I haven't cheated.
You've never ever cheated. You've never cheated in a relationship.
Never cheated in a relationship.
Wow, Grouchy's never cheated in a relationship. Grouchy's biggest fear is waking up late for the wake up call, which is on Saturday mornings 9 a.m. Calvin,
Why the fuck do you ask those kind of questions?
I'm just asking.
Why don't you ask yourself that question first?
This conversation was a
Why
setup.
about you just say, hey, hi, talk about yourself to the mic? Why the fuck do you do this?
It's a question.
Nah,
No.
listen.
Deny.
Andy, put that camera back.
Truth cam. Have you ever cheated?
No.
Listen, I'm tired of this shit. I need you to
Talking
stop.
to the mic.
No. I need you to understand one thing. I don't want to reveal much. I'm like a long dress, okay?
No, I need you to turn that camera.
Dude.
You.
Yes, you.
What?
God damn it.
Record yourself.
You. Bring this. We have hands.
Multiple.
We have hands.
What?
How did you do this? Oh,
It's on.
so we need to see your iris move. Why are you moving your head back?
Could you put it in the camera
have
and
you-
be like in my face?
Okay, so question A.
Yes.
You have to pick one question.
No,
Between
ask the question.
How many times?
That's not a question.
How many times have you
Multiple
cheated?
occasions.
Are you proud of it? Look into the
I don't
camera.
care.
What do you mean you don't care? You
I don't
broke
care.
someone's heart.
I did it.
How don't you care?
I did
like,
it.
You who does the moment of meditation, you don't care.
Okay.
Don't make it worse.
Listen. Okay, I don't want to be cancelled, right? No, actually, I'm joking. No, I've never cheated. Never ever. Can I have the
I
camera
don't know
back?
what is funny.
I've never ever cheated. Cheating is wrong.
But honestly,
we have to respect each
honestly,
other.
on this here pod, starting today, I'm actually going, and I'm actually serious in this shit, guys. This is not a joke. As in, we do a lot of things on the pod for laughs, but this is actually serious. I want us to actually, well, maybe this corner of the podcast, the rest of the two, they can
Do what
Andy's
they wanna
with
do.
me. Yeah. Anyway, guys, you don't have to cheat, by the way.
Okay, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, like,
No, you
Let's look
accepted
at
too quickly.
Let's look into the camera. actually, I think I should speak here. Do you know what? Let me tell you. And I'm going to speak to both cameras, right? I may have made some errors.
One.
that's a good one, Andy. No one. That's a good one. He can't even stick to
Man.
one camera.
Man has a whole camera to himself. But no, let me speak to both.
But you still have stray hands on the other camera.
Let me speak to one camera.
No,
This
it's
one.
fine. We
That's in
accepted
that
you,
camera
we-
alone.
We
Listen,
love you the way you are.
when you get into that situation, man, then when you find your soulmate and that intimate partner that you have that really does it for you, don't mess around. Like, be respectful. You know what I mean? Treat your women with respect. And don't play away from home. This is a public service announcement brought to you by the mics are open.
No, but on the real,
That's this camera?
this is that camera. Treat your women with respect
100%,
all day, 100%. But that whole story about cheating, man.
But if women are cheating as well, men cheat, women cheat, everyone cheats. But it's bad.
Did you just trivialize
Where-
everything we
Where
said?
do you stand?
But anyway, so
I stand
on
on the
this
side
here
of the
podcast-
non-cheaters.
On this here podcast, we will talk about cheating and we will talk about not cheating. We'll give you both sides of the coin, but the choice is yours.
Okay, so the question I'm asking you is, when you cheated, why did you cheat?
Who said I did?
We need to play a game on this podcast. Who knows how to lie best?
So,
As in,
so I think
so,
no, we're moving
oh,
on. We're moving
that
on.
same energy, bruh.
We're moving on. What energy?
No, let's just finish this
I,
pod,
st-
bro.
to go back to the original conversation, is jealousy a proof of love or a lack of trust? It's probably a combination of both.
Yes.
Yeah,
A bit of jealousy is not bad. It's just like what a bit of akabanga, just a bit of chili. It's good.
Don't let it get out of hand.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think that's the end of the podcast. This has been the mics are open. My name is G Money.
Andy.
Why do I feel like do you know what? I feel like we're ending the podcast like, you had a bad class at school and the teacher's about to come in
They're about to make it what double math.
and raise hell. I feel like this is how the podcast has been. But like, honestly, let's wrap up by saying this. Guys, take care of your women, respect women, and definitely make sure that as we move forward, we can create a more just and a more a society which is, treats everyone with respect. Yeah.
Great spaces for women as
Great
well.
spaces for women as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Cool. Higher. Now, so when you cheat,
Why
You
you
want to say your
changing
name?
that now?
Wait, we
My
still
name is
finish.
G Money.
Andy Young.
Big C.
We'll talk about this off mic, yeah?